was a dream, we'd done it, we'd got there, we'd risked everything, and for it to be 10 weeks later, all gone, it was heart-wrenching, it really was.
When the failure occurred and we lost the arch and the pier, big sinking feeling, to be honest. No one wants to see anybody's bridge damaged. It does hit you quite hard, and it not only ruined the people at Tadcaster's Christmas, but it left me feeling a bit bereft as well.
Your heart just sinks. I woke up the next morning, and I remember it, and I just went, I think if I'd have been told that you're going to be out of there for 5 months, I think I'd have had a heart attack on the spot.
It was just a normal end to a day on Christmas Eve, just shut down as normal and go. We didn't think, oh, the river might burst its banks, we'll have to raise stuff up or anything like that. We just thought, it'll be fine, it's never done it.
The river had such a high flow in it. We were looking at 545 metres per second, the water speed. Up until then, normally the highest flows we've ever had in the North Yorkshire River that we know of have been in the 350s.
And it was a massive surprise to the flood group, to the town, to the businesses and the residents. It was absolutely devastating.
We were complacent because the high tide in 212 was 11 o'clock and we had to close. The police cordoned us the whole street off. But by 20 past 11, the threat was over. So when it happened this time, the high tide was supposed to be 3 o'clock. So we got to 3:30, 4, 3:30. So we were just completely, we're not going to get it.
It's been threatened so many years that we just never thought it would happen.
It was devastating, but we couldn't have saved it. There was no way, there was nothing anybody could do about it. Once it started to go, that was it.
Bursting into tears. That was the first thing I did. My dad and my best friend Laurie, she was in the back of the shop helping my dad try to turn off the fire alarm. I just burst into tears and she looked at me and came up and she hugged me and she goes, "It's okay, Lisa, it's okay." And I looked at her and she goes, It's not okay."
And it wasn't obviously until the following day when you really realise what a mess it is. The water was still flowing, but it was receding. It was still in front of the salon. But it was receding back, but it was still flowing down Middle Lane, you know, and it was just sad. It was really sad.
You see it on the news and you feel sorry for the people that it's happened to, but then you think, oh well, you know, it's one of those things, they live near a river and everything, but then for it to actually happen to yourself, it's awful. But I also feel sorry for the people that have lost their homes because of it, because it's all the memories there.
As much as with all the devastation that was going on, it was uplifting. Fortunately, people were off work. But people, the guys that would normally be in the boozer, you know, they weren't. They put the wellies on, they put the gloves on, and they were down there. If I'd have been on my own, I'd have been like, where do I start? I didn't have to think like that because it was, people were just in. And I mean, I think I got fed and watered from Rosemary House for a week.
We managed to get Rosemary House opened up because people wanted to bring donations, and at this side, this was the place to be, was Rosemary House. We either took the food down there or they came up here into the warmth. Everybody just pulled together. It was amazing. It was hard times, but good times.
The scouts came round with hot drinks and soups. Charlie from the chip shop, he came down with fish and chips.
One of the things that has happened here since the bridge went down, the community spirit has been great. There are some really nice people here that obviously care about how things work.
The community really came together. People that you've not seen for years, or people that you don't even know, they just piled into the shop, and they says, where do you want us? What do you want us to do? And that was amazing, because you don't see that.
We got to the point where you went outside and said, right, I need an electrician, or I need this, and there was somebody there to come and do it. And that's when, on that Sunday morning, that's when the community all started.
The biggest problem we have, of course, is finding the money to do the repair. It's not a lack of knowledge. The trouble is they run from £500,000 to, in this case, £3 million. The minister actually came to York to meet with us, and the money was made available. And we're very grateful to the DFT for doing that, and to the minister in particular. This bridge was recognised as being of a lot of importance.
We work really well as a team. We're a family, we're friends. You know, I'm very fortunate I can be a boss and a friend. But the thought all the way through it was, for me, I know there was another business that, a couple of businesses that had to lay staff off, but that to me was the ultimate thing, that I just didn't want to go down that route. We've had to work hard, and I've had to do long days and things like that to make sure that you don't turn anybody away. But yeah, it's been hard, yeah.
And we started from scratch again, so we're reinventing ourselves again. And it is hard work, but it's worth it, because people have been supportive, other businesses are supporting us, and we're supporting other businesses.
There'll be more footpaths to walk on, so there'll be a benefit for people getting across the bridge. A lot of the firms have recovered so far and done very well, and it might just kick them on. I admire the people for picking themselves up, cleaning everything down and getting on with it.
We've just got so much to look forward to this year, going forward with the Tour de Yorkshire basically starting in Tadcaster, and I just really do think and believe that Tadcaster will strive on.
It'll be amazing to get that bridge back open, because at the minute Tadcaster is a dead end. Big party and getting the press in, I think that will put Tadcaster back out there, get more people in, see what we're about.
Everybody's come together, all the ladies that have come into Rosemary House to help out. Absolutely proud of all of them. I'm absolutely proud of Tadcaster as a town itself, because wow, we have some amazing people in Tadcaster. We really do.
You could speak to a dozen people in the street and they've all got a story. It's affected people's lifestyles, family lives, all sorts. Families at one side of the bridge and the other. I love our little town. Our little town is... You get some people that say, oh, there's no in Tad. There's no there. I had a stand-up argument with somebody actually not so long ago. And, there's no in Tad, there's no in Tad. I says, well, what shops do you go in? He says, well, I don't. I says, well, there you go then. I said, we work so hard to keep people happy. There's a lot of good people that are trying their hardest. And this celebration, I think, is going to be... It's thanking everybody. The bridge going down was so public that now for it to be back up and running, let's make that public as well. Let's let everybody know that we've done it. We have done it. The guys, the workers on the bridge, they've worked so hard. Let's celebrate the whole thing and be proud of us.